Hi, William. It's great to see you today. How are you doing?
Hi, Emily. I'm doing well, thanks. I've been looking forward to learning more about the subjunctive mood.
That's wonderful. Let me quickly introduce the topic before we dive in. Today, we'll focus on understanding and practicing the subjunctive mood.
Sounds good. I've always found it a bit tricky, but I'm eager to improve.
Great attitude, William. By the end of this lesson, you'll feel much more confident using it. William, I notice you've been struggling with grammar lately. If I were you, I'd start focusing on the subjunctive mood.
You're absolutely right, Emily. It's high time that I took this more seriously and started practicing properly.
The subjunctive mood may seem tricky at first, but if you practice, you'll understand how useful it is.
I wish my teacher had explained it better in our earlier lessons. It always felt confusing to me.
Well, it's not too late. If you focus now, you can master it before your upcoming test.
You're encouraging me, Emily. If only I had practiced this sooner, I wouldn't feel this overwhelmed now.
If you dedicate just 30 minutes a day to studying, you'll see a significant improvement in no time.
I like that plan. But can you help me with some examples? I'm not sure how to use it correctly.
Of course, let's start with this. If I were a teacher, I'd give my students plenty of practical exercises.
Oh, I get it. The subjunctive is used for hypothetical or unreal situations, right?
Exactly. Another example would be, if only he were here, we could ask him directly.
That makes sense. But what about situations where we wish something were different in the past?
Good question. In that case, you use had. For example, I wish I had studied harder for my exams.
I see. If I had studied harder last year, I wouldn't have struggled so much this time.
Exactly. The subjunctive mood allows us to express regrets and hypothetical situations clearly.
But sometimes I confuse it with other tenses. How can I make sure I use it correctly?
Practice is key. If you write a few sentences every day, it will eventually become natural.
That sounds doable. Let's try another one. If I were more confident, I'd speak English fluently.
Great example, William. Now, try using the past subjunctive for a different scenario.
Okay, let me think. If I had lived in an English-speaking country, I'd have improved faster.
Perfect. See, you're already getting the hang of it. Just keep practicing.
Thanks, Emily. I'm beginning to feel more confident about this now.
That's great to hear. Remember, if you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything.
Thanks for the encouragement. If only my teacher had been as supportive as you.
Well, I'm here to help. If you ever need more examples, just let me know.
That means a lot, Emily. Let's try another scenario. What if I were to give a speech in English tomorrow?
Good question. In that case, you'd say, if I were to give a speech tomorrow, I'd prepare well today.
Got it. So, the subjunctive mood helps me discuss uncertain or unlikely situations, right?
Exactly. For example, you might say, if I were a better public speaker, I wouldn't be nervous.
I like that example. Let me try. If I had practiced speaking more, I would have been more confident.
Perfect. That's the past subjunctive again. You're really starting to get it now.
Thanks, Emily. But I still have trouble identifying when to use it in daily conversations.
No problem. A good rule is to use it for wishes, hypothetical situations, or expressing doubts.
Got it. So, for example, I could say, I wish I were on vacation right now, right?
Exactly. That's a perfect use of the subjunctive mood in a present hypothetical situation.
What about expressing doubts? Could you give me an example for that?
Sure, you could say, if it were possible, I would visit every country in the world.
That's a good one. Let me try. If I were rich, I'd travel to exotic destinations every year.
Excellent. The key is to think of scenarios that are not real but could happen if circumstances changed.
I see. I think I just need to practice more to get comfortable using it naturally.
One way to get comfortable is to practice using the subjunctive mood in writing. Have you tried that?
Not yet, but it sounds like a good idea. If I wrote a diary, I could include hypothetical scenarios, right?
Exactly. For instance, you could write, If I were a superhero, I'd save the world from pollution.
That's a fun example. I think adding creative scenarios will make practicing more enjoyable.
Absolutely, and if you read more English literature, you'll notice the subjunctive mood used often.
I've been meaning to read more books. If you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear them.
Sure, start with classics like Pride and Prejudice or Jane Eyre. They use elegant subjunctive structures.
Thanks for the suggestions. If I had more free time, I'd definitely read them all at once.
Well, just take it one step at a time. Even reading a page a day will help you improve.
You're right, Emily. If I start today, I'll make progress faster than I expect.
Exactly, and if you practice speaking with someone, it will boost your confidence even more.
That's a great idea. If you have time, we could practice together occasionally.
Of course, just let me know whenever you're ready, and we'll set up a study session.
Thank you, Emily. If it weren't for your help, I'd still be clueless about the subjunctive mood.
You're welcome, William. Remember, practice and patience are the keys to mastering it.
Got it. If I ever feel stuck, I know I can count on you for guidance.
Absolutely, William, and if you believe in yourself, you'll be surprised how much you can achieve.
Thanks again, Emily. I'll start practicing today and let you know how it goes.
That's the spirit, William. If you keep this up, you'll master the subjunctive in no time.
I'll do my best, Emily. Thanks for all your support. I'll see you at our next study session.
Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this lesson and want to learn more, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.